people are filtering into the room, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. I have 7 p.m. Did we have any amendments on the agenda, Ron?
No, just that one slight word amendment on the Oregon beverage agreement, which you got it. And it basically it's just one line that says will be named as additional insured. And we sent that to you, and it's also in the official packet.
We got a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda with the recommended wording changes by staff.
Second.
Second it.
Second that.
Vote by roll call.
Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Counselor Wick,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
All right. So first thing first, we've got a proclamation. So this is proclaiming the month of September 2021 as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas prostate cancer is the most commonly diagnosed form of cancer and the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths among men. And whereas this year, approximately 248,530 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in the United States alone this year, and roughly 34,130 will die this year from the disease, which is one man every 15 minutes. And whereas 1 in 8 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer, African-American men are at the highest risk for the disease, with a rate of 1 in 6 men. African-American men are 2.2 times more likely to die from the disease. And whereas education regarding prostate cancer and early detection strategies is critical to saving lives and preventing and protecting our families. And whereas all men are at risk for prostate cancer, we encourage the citizens of the city of Aumsville to increase the importance of prostate screenings. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Derek Clevenger, do hereby proclaim the month of September 2021 to be Prostate Cancer Awareness Month in the city of Aumsville. Moving on, public comment. Do we have anybody that wishes to make public comment? If you do, you can press the little button to go ahead and raise your hand, and we will pull you into the room. Give people a minute for that. I do not see any hands. So consent agenda. Everybody get a chance to read through it, and any issues, comments, concerns? If there's nothing, do we have a motion?
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
You get a second?
Second.
Vote by roll call.
Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Counselor Wick,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
And that is unanimous.
No public hearings, no old business, new business. Review for approval, resolution 15-21, resolution establishing updated city service fees and public records information request policy.
And Mayor, if I could make this a simple verbal staff report. This is simply memorializing what council moved in the last meeting related to the updated park program fees.
Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about any of that? Do we have a motion?
I'll move to approve resolution 1521 as presented with the updated park fees.
Do we have a second?
Second.
I'll second.
Vote by roll call.
Counselor Caceres,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Counselor Wick,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That's unanimous.
Next, we have review and approval of the Oregon Beverage Services contract for Party in the Park. Everybody get a chance to read the background on that? Did anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Anything you want to put out, Ron?
Nope, just this is the process for approving a contract to be able to serve alcohol. This is the city's event. Council directed us to put this event together, and this is the vendor that we used the last time.
Mhm.
It's a good contract, so if you move to approve the contract, we just ask that you say as amended or as modified. And then we'll take the latest version and be off to host another event.
Do we have a motion?
I move to approve the contract with Oregon Beverage Company for beverage concession under the contract terms outlined in the contract for the Party in the Park event, August 20th, 2021, as amended.
Do we have a second?
I'll
I'll
second it.
second.
I don't know who got that one first, but one of y'all did. Vote by roll call.
Counselor Cazares,
Aye.
Counselor Seha,
Aye.
Counselor Ecclestone,
Aye.
Counselor Sini,
Aye.
Counselor Wick,
Aye.
Mayor Clevenger.
Aye.
That is unanimous.
Moving on. Ron, your report, please.
Well, I submitted a written report to council, and that is available in the public on the public access to our agenda and documents as well. But basically, the only thing I'll touch on here that's really of time-sensitive concern is just let council know that the Corn Festival, Party in the Park, the ski competition, and the parade are moving along as expected. We're still signing up volunteers. We can never have enough volunteers. So if you know people, make sure they get signed up on the official roster. We'll be accepting volunteers for both Friday and Saturday. And we think we're doing really well. Of course, there will be some changes to the Corn Festival. Some of that will be trial and error. We hope it works out well and is received well. We're doing really well on donations. It's going to be a great event. And after we're done with the events at the next council meeting, I'll come back with a full debrief and report on all of our financial transactions. We're money ahead. We're not going to lose any money on any of these events. So that's really the only thing I'll point out. I will point out just that we are moving forward on a lot of the city projects. We're starting to wrap those up. Most of them will be wrapped up before Corn Festival. We may have a little cleanup work to do afterwards. The police chief report and the public works report from the last meeting are in your packet. Since we didn't have business, we didn't conduct that meeting. And I'm happy to answer any questions on any of those things. And after, if there is no questions, I have one final topic.
Anybody got anything? Go for it, Ron.
Great. This could be a record-setting meeting. Efficiency as efficient as we can be. So as we wrap up the work that we're doing on our small business village, one of the things that staff is working ahead on is things like signs and paint colors and branding for advertisement. And so we did a couple of months ago, we put out a few social media posts asking for ideas about naming the building. And we actually got a lot of responses. Most of them were variations of some of the same names, like Park Village, Boone Village, the Village Shops, Market Village, Aumsville, Minikin Place, and then Minikin Village. You know, there's just when we'd get one, it would be a kind of a play on variations of that. But the one that staff really, really likes, that we think works really well, is mods. Now we've done some variations on that: Mods Pods, Mods Place, Mods Market, but we really just like mods, just simply mods. And the story behind that is Maud Boone is the person that actually donated that property to the city in the early 1960s. Specifically, she donated that property. And it was interesting as we were doing the research on that name after we got it, we were kind of intrigued by it. It turns out that she actually owned the first store in Aumsville. And I think it was called Village Store, I guess is what it was called. Back in the 1800s, I think 1873. And so that was kind of interesting. So we feel like with the history, with the donation history, it's a very concise name, Mods. You know, you can say, hey, we're going to Mods, or, you know, the business is at Mods Place or Mods Village or Mods, however you want to say it. And then the tie to the history of her ownership of the first store. And it was kind of funny because it was called Village Store. We just thought that would be a great way to brand that building. We'd like to get council's consensus on a name because honestly, we want to start working on things like signs and branding and promotional material. And we want to have a name consistently. We want to call it something. So, you know, the little villages or the tiny villages, we want to have a name for it. So happy to entertain some discussion from council and see what you think about that.
I mean, Ron and I talked about it earlier today when I went in just to get an update now that I'm back home, and I like it. I like Mods.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it. I think it's easy and just kind of doesn't drag on. It's just solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too.
I like that it ties back to the history of the park as well.
Mhm.
And history in the community. So again, it's really back to that branding that we're trying to do. So yeah, we like it. So if you I think we have consensus. If you guys are all good with it, we're going to move forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
I say run with it, Ron.
All right, great.
Go with it.
Oh, go ahead.
Just wanted to say, go with it. Perfect. I think it's great because it really just ties in the history, and I think that's really important to our identity. So,
Mhm.
Excellent.
thumbs up.
Well, a couple of quick highlights for Corn Festival. We're going to have a new a corn maze treasure hunt. We're going to have free pony rides. There'll be a magic show. We're going to have roaming balloon animal entertainers. It's going to be a great year. So hopefully council's saving that date and you guys all want to come down and participate. I know some of you have signed up, but we'd love to have you guys actually sign up for a spot so we know where to put you, and anybody that you can talk into coming as well. Family.
You know that I said I was going to come down there, but I think it would be a great idea if we all took a shift down there working the corn. I think it's really important for us to be out in the community and be visible. I don't know what everyone else's schedule is like, but
I
it's just
mean,
like
you know, I'll be there.
Yeah,
but
I'll be there.
especially like, you know, and I'll touch base with Colleen and about when I'm going to be working the corn, or when on Saturday. Yeah, I'd love to see us all down there do an hour shift or 2-hour shift.
We'd love to have you. The more people, the lighter the workload.
I'm doing the parade, so I can do something my hand allows. Doing corn does not work for my hand.
I thought we were going to put you on security, Della. You're going to be the
Oh, I can do
employee.
that.
Tackle them down.
Bring my son.
Oh, we can. We got work for everybody to do. You know, just going around as making sure everybody's got water and everybody's got everything they need, or they need something. We'll have radios to coordinate back and forth at certain stations. But the corn will all be bagged. We're hoping we'll get it all bagged on Friday. We've got about 20 volunteers showing up on Friday to bag corn. And then, you know, the Exchange Club will be in that corn sales position. So they'd love to have some extra help there too. So
I'm taking Friday off if you need any help. If you have 20, but like I have Yeah, I've scheduled myself off just in case. And then did we decide what's going to happen with the float and the council and what we're doing?
Those are the details that I haven't fully vetted yet. The mayor and I talked about that today. We will have a float for the grand marshals. I'm not sure if the council may be back in the electric tram. But for sure the grand marshals will have a float, and then we'll see. We're trying to get some convertible cars. It may be that we can do a train of convertible cars. That would be nice, just to change it up. It's just everything's so elusive right now, just because of the car industry is just gotten
Pretty wild right now.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure if we could rent a convertible for that time period. So we're still checking on all those things.
We could
After-
all buy on the back of Derek's truck.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we can do that. Just pile everybody in the back.
We'll throw some like tissue flowers up there, make some paper corn.
Something like that.
Now,
We'll make
correct-
we're going to make it happen, Angie. Don't worry.
We could just glue all the corn to the side of his truck. I like that.
I mean, you've got a truck too, Doug, so we can go ahead and make that happen.
No, it'll look way better on a white truck.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's going to stand out so much better on a white truck.
Did I just hear we had 2 trucks volunteered to help us
Yeah,
out in
that's
the
right.
parade?
That's
Oh
right.
no, I wrecked mine just a little bit ago.
I can verify that's false.
It's just a hologram out there.
They're going to be good events. I mean, I do worry about the and you saw it in my report, the variants picking up with COVID, but we're going to do everything we can, and hopefully there isn't some sort of restriction that comes down that impedes the event. But otherwise, I think it's going to be a great year.
All right. Well, you got anything else, Ron?
I do not.
Council members, anybody got anything to report?
Just want to take a moment to give recognition to staff, to our citizens, to mayor, as well as our council president and council for just kind of collectively coming together to get the response that we did out of our elected officials, from Senator Patterson's office as well as Representative Moore Green's office regarding infrastructure funding. I just want to thank you guys, everybody involved, for making that happen. And it just goes to show that when you really get people kind of kicked in the butt a little bit and get them involved in the process of, making these decisions, that it really pays dividends when you can have these people step up and kind of be a pain in the butt to our elected representatives to kind of help get us over the finish line. And I know there was a lot of frustration, a little bit of headbutting involved with getting that together, but I want to thank Mayor and thank our council, and just thank everybody that helped get us to that point. And it's awesome, and I'm hoping that we can maybe parlay that into tackling other needs that we have in the future. I'm really excited to see what direction we're heading as far as getting resources. And just, I know I started a new job a couple weeks ago, and when that email came across, I was kind of just dancing in my workspace, and people were just kind of like looking at me all weird when we got that email, kind of tooting our horn for our fortunes that were coming along with that funding coming in. So just legitimately thank everybody for what you did to kind of make that happen. It really means a lot.
Yeah, big thanks to everybody involved. It's gonna go a long ways. So my time home this time is gonna be very short. I am headed out to Sudan on the 6th of August, but it should be another short trip. I will be back in time for the Corn Festival. Unless something changes, this should be our last Zoom only meeting. We will be back to in-person meetings that first meeting in August, with the exception of me, because I won't be in the US. So we'll get to try out that new Zoom setup in the community center real quick.
And it'll be a hybrid setup, so people will still be able to zoom in
Yeah.
from home.
Are you going to be able to zoom in, Derek?
Yeah, I
There's
should
not
be
gonna-
able to. I mean, unless I'll get there, Friday, so I'll have a couple of days to see what the internet situation is. And if the internet isn't good enough for me to zoom in, then I'll let y'all know. But I mean,
So
so
you'll still
far
be
it hasn't
there.
been an issue in all the countries I've been to. So
you'll still
I'm
be there.
anticipating
Yeah.
it'll be good to go.
Are we still having that celebration dinner with the all-you-can-eat buffet and food for that
The one that Ron's paying
first
for.
meeting? Yeah,
What is that?
Oh, wait,
Christening the new
did-
kitchen?
yeah.
There's gonna be a couple of celebration dinners happening. Stay tuned.
And then the Oregon Marriage Association conference is coming up the end of this week. I was registered to go, but with this short turnaround, I'm just not going to be able to make it. I think Doug and Angie are planning on popping out there, I believe. I don't know who else, but yeah, with only having 10 days home, there was just, something had to give, and that was the thing that had to give. So I won't be able to attend that. But I think that's all I got. Did I miss anything, Ron?
I don't think so. Just make sure Doug and Angie, if you guys are going to alter your current schedules at all for that conference, communicate that with Colleen so she can alter the reservations as needed.
Definitely will.
And if
Yeah.
nobody has anything else, I think that's the meeting. We can go ahead and adjourn it. I have 7:22.